Hello, my name's Freeman and now I'm 19 years old. I was born in Wellington, but I grew up in the Waikato. I attended school. I only finished school not very long ago and I've just finished my course. I've got a very big family. We're Māori, and I've got six brothers and three sisters. But yeah, we're all pretty tight-knit, quite close. I grew up in, I guess you could say, a lower decile area. I went to a lower decile school, but it often gets frowned upon from, I guess you could say, from society struggles where you're from. But I think as long as you apply yourself, and no matter where you are, as long as you have a dream, as long as you have steps towards getting there, then really nothing can stop you. If I had to say what my dream was, then I'd have to say I would love to have a job in event managing, like especially for non-profit organisations, and just getting out there, and especially into the local communities, a lot of the smaller like suburbs kind of stuff. I think that if you can provide positive environments and send out positive messages, especially in these smaller communities, then that's where most of our children come from. Most of our adults, congregate there. So I think if we can get out there, start them off young and just get them passionate about doing something with their lives or having a positive area or environment around them, then that's the perfect foundation for them to grow up and be who they want to be, do the stuff that they want to do the stuff that they've always wanted to do. Because, we all as kids, have those dreams of, what we want to be. We all want to grow up and want to be cowboys or whatever, want to be superheroes, want to be models. So I think over time that kind of dies, where you kind of see all the bad stuff happening around us. But if we keep it positive, then those dreams can stay alive, and those dreams are what make the future. Yeah. Well, while I was at high school, I was pretty well heavily into helping senior council in the student body. So I like to be incorporated with helping out students and organising activities, so I've kind of pursued that line of study. So I've studied down in Wellington, where it was a big transition, moving in, seeing new people, and it took me a little while to adjust to it. But now that I was down there, I met a lot of new people, met a lot of new teachers and tutors who kind of helped me where I want to go. And I've picked up a lot of new skills down there, so it's definitely something that over time I could consider seeing myself doing it in the future. But I think a major part of going out for your goals and going out for your dreams is you got to be prepared to face obstacles. You can't expect everything to go well the first time, because if everything went well, you wouldn't really learn anything. Like I've encountered a lot of snags along the trail, but I think that's what made me stronger and expect that not everything that you get out of life is free, that you have to actually go out and adapt to what's happening around you. And I think that by the end of the time that I became who I am today, like I wouldn't be who I am right now if I didn't encounter any problems. I'll be quite ignorant towards what's out there in society, but I think since I've encountered these problems that I know what to expect now, and that's where I've ended up. I guess there was this one night where I went to a Māori achievement evening, and we're just kind of hanging around just before the event was about to start, and I was talking to a lot of the students there, just like congratulating them on their like awards and such. And I remember specifically there was 2 or 3 girls that had gotten 100% attendance, and then you noticed everyone else was just kind of like in awe of how these kids could go to school every day and just apply themselves. And I noticed that like I hadn't had 100% attendance, so I was in awe also. But every time I did go to school, I'd always be engaged. I'd always try and give it a try. Like I wouldn't always get it the first try, but yeah. And I was talking to this one student, and he hadn't gone to school very often, and he was super surprised that he'd even got an award, and he'd got an award in I think it was sports science or something physical like that. And we were just talking to him, me and the 3 girls who got the attendance awards, and we're just telling him how he hadn't gone to school very often, but he'd still got an award. And we were just saying, if you go to school more often, and if you just apply yourself to every other subject, they can be up there with every other person, and he could be getting 3, 4 awards. So he's just so much potential. Everyone has so much potential, but at the end of the day, if you're not there, if you're not putting yourself into it, giving 110%, you're just wasting it. But yeah, that's where we all ended up. Well, I guess one of the major lessons that I learnt while I was in high school was I was really intent on becoming head boy at our school, but I was quite slack in a lot of the leadership qualities that they were looking for at the time. So I just missed out on it, but I still made it into the senior council. And well, I didn't really want to contribute at the time because, you know, you kind of shoot for a goal and you miss, and you kind of don't want to do anything, and you're just in this hole again, and you're not quite sure where you're going. And I know it took me a while, but then after an opportunity was given to me to be a youth MP for Hamilton West, yeah, that was a really big pick-me-up, and I found that once after that came out that no matter if you make a mistake or if you just miss out, if you keep trying towards the same goal, you know, you're going to get there eventually. There's going to be speed bumps along the way. No road is smooth the whole way around. But I find that it's not always about the destination that you're going to. It's more how you get there and the roads you take to get there that make the dream worth living, I guess. Well, I guess just judging on my experience, I guess the best way to get out of this hole and pursue a dream or a goal that you want to do, I think literally the easiest step, which is the first step, is just to ask for help in general for those people around you. Because even if the person you ask isn't able to help you per se, then I'm sure they'll be able to find someone else or would have other connections to help you in where you're going. And then once you start doing that networking, it's easier to start getting your goals and dreams intact and make a bit of a game plan. But yeah, especially I'd like to think is that associating yourself with people who have similar dreams, so then you kind of network off one another, because that's what I did during my years in high school, and it worked out really well for me. So if that was the only piece of advice I could give, that's what I would give. Just people who want it, I find are the easiest to help, but then it's really hard changing the minds of people out in the community and changing the minds of people who necessarily don't want the help. So I think just by getting out in the community, doing as much events and as much promotion as I can, then I'm able to help those people who the school systems and the justice systems aren't able to get to. So that's kind of where I'm heading towards. Well, I guess an example of what I'm kind of going for is, I noticed a lot in high school when I first started out, a lot of my friends, mostly Māori and Polynesian, we weren't really interested in anything that the school had to offer or interested in what we could do in the community. But then I noticed, especially starting in halfway through fifth form, that there's a lot of things that I could do to just get out of, I guess you could say, the hole I was in. And so once I just contributed to a lot of the things that the school had to offer, then I realized that there's a lot of really good stuff happening. And so that's just what I want to pass on, especially with Māori students and Pacific Island students, that I just want them to not just do what I want to do, but kind of make them passionate for something that they want to do, passionate about, I don't know, sports or getting out there, retail, just getting out there and just following dreams. Because at the end of the day, if you're alive without a dream or without a goal, pretty much you're wasting your time here. So I just really want to spark that passion for people to get out there and pursue the dreams that they've always wanted to do. Well, if I was to define success, I would say that it's being able to wake up every day and look at yourself in the mirror and say that you've done something positive for the day. I think if you're able to say to yourself that I've put goals not only for the future but goals just for today, and I've been able to accomplish them, it's being able to go out, and it's not necessarily big things, but then again, you know, everything that you do is quite significant. Even if it's just helping out family or helping out a friend, if you're able to go out there and just say that you've done something positive for the day, then you're successful. And if I was going to give, I guess you could say, a cheesy line that helped me to turn my ways, it was thanks to my first maths teacher at high school, and it was shoot for the moon, and even if you miss, you would still be amongst the stars.